surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That's a beautiful scripture that we go to often for times of comfort. But it's an interesting verbiage here. Why does the Lord, our shepherd, who takes us to green pastures, restores our soul, why do we go through the valley of the shadow of death? Right? That's an interesting question there. Why do we have to go through that valley? Why do we have a table in front of enemies of ourselves, right? Why does He prepare that for us? And there's many ways you can look at that, and that could perhaps be a discussion question for you guys here. But here's just a comparison. I want to look at the pros and cons of being a sheep in God's pasture or being part of the flock of God. All right, so here are some pros. Here are some things that are positive that I would say is being part of God's flock or being one of His sheep. So one of the pros is, hey, we all stink, right? We all stink, each and every one of us, like we mentioned before. And next, we're all a little dumb to an extent, right? Sheep are not known for being the most brilliant things. And forgive me if you're offended if I'm calling you dumb. I'm not trying to call you dumb, just saying that there's so many things that we're not aware of. And the nice thing is that we're in the presence of many others, that it takes humility, really, to keep seeking God and realizing how much we don't know compared to how much God does know. So compared to God, our intelligence is very small, all right? And so we're in that together. We're in that boat together. 3, we all look a little silly when we're shaved, right? So again, this is kind of more, hey, we're all in this together and we're all dealing with some of the same things here. So we all look a little silly when we're shaved, the natural, but also sheep as well. And then we have a shepherd who is over us. A shepherd who is over us. Now let's look at the cons, okay? Let's look at the negative things. So number 1, we all stink. So yes, you got my picture and got my drift here, literally. So a stinky drift, right? So we all stink. We're around a bunch of other people that stink. What the heck is up with this? Why do we have to constantly smell this foul odor constantly? Why do we constantly have to be putting up with this nonsense around us, but also realizing we're also emanating that same odor as well? Another con, another thing that is not good or negative about it is that we're all dumb to an extent, okay? So why is this? Why do we see constant what we would call stupidity or things that are not intelligent? Why do we constantly run into this all the time? Yet we're also in the same crowd with that. Another negative, we all look silly when we're shaved. We all look silly together at different times, different seasons in our life. There are things that look silly about us, right? Man, why are we amongst all this silliness constantly? Nonsense. Why are we doing that? And then we have a shepherd who is over us, right? That can be a negative, right? We have someone that's telling us what to do. We have to obey him and follow what he's telling us to do. Why can't I just go over here? Why can't I just go over there? So I said the same things for pros and cons. And a lot of it has to do with your framework. A lot of it has to do with how you frame the picture. So if you have a good frame, if you're able to look and gather the nurturing aspects of being around things that could be negative to others, but try to look at it through a different light, try to realize it in a different way. Now, to me, those kind of people are special, right? I'm not like that. I drift towards negativity. I drift to the cup half empty. Or as I like to put it, I'm a realist, right? So I see both. I see both sides of it. And that's true, but our natural inclination for most of us is to go towards the negative. And we have to keep turning the dial to look at the positive, to see what God is doing, to see the beauty in His creation, the